Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day with Professor Emeritus Seth Chaiken and his brother Joel Chaiken. And I see your little cat there. What's the cat's name?
Kayla.
Kayla. Wow, what a nice name for a
Yeah,
cat.
yeah, she's
Okay.
there.
So here we are, the Comfort Cat. Here we are, ready to go over how to approach math SAT problems. So this is from a calculator practice test. If h hours and 30 minutes is equal to 450 minutes, what is the value of h? This is a calculator question, allegedly. It is. You can use a calculator. So Seth always likes me to use a thin line, right?
Right.
Thin
right.
line, okay. Well, I mean, wow, this is a unit conversion. 450 minutes
Yeah.
minus 30 is 420 minutes. Because you take away 30, right?
Right,
H plus 30. Now, these are not correct. These are not the same unit. What I just wrote is really dangerous because the units are not the same. That is... No, I didn't know. H in units. H in minutes, right?
H is in hours.
No. I'm writing H in minutes. Oh, this is really...
Well, you could fix it by multiplying H by 60.
No, well, I mean, people are not going to...
That would be accurate.
I know. But
Why don't you make H capital H? Well, H is the number, is the remainder expressed in minutes.
Yes, H in minutes. That's okay. When you do...
But it says H hours.
Seth,
that's why Joel said it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous, but
don't do this. Don't do that.
Seth,
it's very dangerous.
Seth, it's very dangerous, but this is the way you're going to do the problem quickly. You have a time constraint. You're doing it. You have to keep in your head what the hell are you doing, right?
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't even think of H. I just think of how many hours.
Minutes is 420. How many minutes are in 420? How many hours are in 420 minutes?
How many hours?
How many hours in 420 minutes? That's the answer.
Well, if you can't divide it in your mind, you put in the calculator, you take 420 divided by 60, and you get 7.
Now, this is a ratio problem, but people already know this. You've lived, what, 16, 17 years living in time.
What am I doing there? What am I doing? That's a divide. Yeah, it's a division symbol. Yeah.
But the thing is,
if it's you're really tired in your brain, and you don't remember the division fact that 6 into 42 is 7, and this calculator section, you just bang it into the calculator. Right. It comes out 7.
I mean, this comes down to a ratio problem, but you don't have to go nuts. I always say ratio. You got to put in the units. No, but you know how to do this.
Well, people learn to do this before they've heard of ratios. There's 60 minutes in an hour.
Yeah, this is time. This is
the time in minutes. People know from their earliest days that there's 60 minutes in an hour.
Right.
And people talk about time in terms of integral number, a positive integral number of hours and 30 minutes.
Right.
And then a fancy math, you convert that all to minutes, and you want to find out the hours. So that's where you have to do a little arithmetic. And as Joel said, the strategy, the key idea in the strategy is to subtract 30, subtract it from 450 to get the number of minutes that's accounted for by the hours.
Right.
And when people ordinarily say this, the number of minutes that accounted for by the hours is an integral number of hours times 60. So for this problem to be a common usage of language without any jokes or tricks, you'd expect that the number of minutes left after the 30 minutes are taken away is a number of minutes. That's an integral number of hours. And the
Right.
problem is what is the integer number of hours?
Right. Yeah, I mean, you could write equations for this. You could
Well,
do all sorts of
there's
stuff.
another thing you could do. There's another thing. If you had a calculator, you take 450 and divide it by 60, and what comes out is 7.5.
Yeah,
And the
that's the other way to
7
do it. Yeah.
and the 7 is the number of hours.
Right. Yeah, that's the other way to do it.
And of course, the 5 accounts for the half hour
Right.
that the 30 minutes is equivalent to.
Right.
Yeah. So if you have a calculator, this might even be the quicker way.
Yeah.
And
I guess not much else to say other than we are not doing this. We did not set up this problem rigorously. We were not careful in how we wrote the equations. Completely unnecessary. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just, as long as you understand what the symbols mean, you don't have to be the most. Although Seth's going to say, never do this.
Danger.
Never write an equation that's wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Just get it. Don't get in bad habits. But this is the SAT. You're in a rush. You want to get the easy.
Again, if you're in a rush, if you write something incorrect, well, the point of writing it is so that you can stare at it and use it.
Yeah.
And if you make it incorrect, especially if you know it's incorrect, you stare at it. You might forget it's incorrect and take it literally. This will lead you to a mistake.
No, but that's why you have a brain to understand what you're doing.
Well, then you don't have to write it down.
Dangerous to do problems in your head.
Yeah,
there were a lot of people.
Don't do math that way.
There were a lot of people who would do this in their head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not advised. Not advised. Better to write it down and make it look like nonsense and not be totally correct than do it in your head.
But again, here's again another case. I'm kind of anti-calculator because I'm old-fashioned.
Right.
But here, a calculator, is a good. Yeah, well, might be a good idea. Would be a good idea. Yeah. Especially if you really like calculators.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would Seth write? What would you write correctly? You would write 60H plus 30 is equal to 450. Where the let statement is H is number of hours.
Yeah.
And then you solve for H. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's really going to write that equation.
That's silly.
That's silly. But that is the proper way to do it, as opposed to what I wrote.
I think what you could get immediately. Notice another thing that again, this is a repeat of my observation. When a person on the street says, "I'll see you in 2 hours and 20 minutes," right? The 20 minutes is always less than an hour. No one's going to say, "I'll see you in an hour and 100 minutes."
Yeah, no one says that, of course.
Someone says, "I'll meet you in an hour and 100 minutes." You're going to think that person's crazy.
Right.
Or very nasty.
Yeah.
Right? So I think the what you read from this immediately, again, is this method. You start, one quick way to do it is this way. Divide
I think we've totally
and ignore the remainder. That's approach 2. Approach 1 is subtract off the fraction of the hour from the total, getting an integer number of hours, and then figure out how many hours that is.
Yeah, we did that.
Which is what we did.
I know.
So I'm just reiterating what we would do. What's efficient to do, as opposed to formulating it in a textbook, in an algebra mathematics textbook manner.
You only do that when it's not intuitive. When the question is not intuitive, then you resort to this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if that's the thing, right? you get in bad habits doing this not correctly. But you got to remember that when it's not intuitive and you don't really understand, this is a must do. Okay?
Yeah.
This is a must do when it's not intuitive and it's a harder question. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we can nail that one.
Boy, we really overly nailed it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, please like us, dislike us, give us comments, give us suggestions as to how we can improve helping you approach math SAT problems. Okay, we're done for a Monday.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.